might have noticed that my house has no walls, and that is because the walls are supposed to be made out of snow. So this little amount of snow up here, it's not going to cut it. We need a snow biome.
Testing.
I also found an area that had every single biome.
Okay, 400 subscribers stream.
So I started mining snow. And I mined snow. Yeah, I mined snow for the rest of this day, slowly filling my inventory with snow blocks. Even when it got dark, I was out there grinding. I was also getting harassed by spiders.
Testing.
Shoveling, I felt like
Yo, sup, dude?
So on day 38, I made blocks to the chest.
Shut up.
The jack-o'-lantern, apparently those existed in Alpha.
Stop.
Adding the blocks to the chest, I'd officially collected every obtainable block, and now I just need to put them somewhere to display.
Do not. Thanks. Alright. Like I promised, everyone. Like I promised, we got tin pot. What? No. Alright, oh wait, yeah, I can just. Yes.
This is me mining the sand that is going to be used to make
But
those windows.
these are in timeout. 10 seconds.
I started
Confirm.
placing some of the windows, and then more of these guys showed up. I swear the second one just spawned out of thin air. These guys are out to ruin my house. On day 41, I mined sand again, and I finished the first floor windows. The next day,
Don't tell me to update it as soon as this.
To put an outline around the house for some extra detail. I also got more glass, so I added some glass on the edge of this balcony, and I finished the windows.
Huh, that's pretty cool. Anyways.
I also added some stairs up to the second floor, and I added some stone railings on the side. The stone looks really bad. I'm actually going to remove it. On day 43, I took another look at the house. It's honestly looking pretty good at this point. At this point, I could say I was finished with the exterior, and it was time to move on to the interior. I built a wall that created
Alright, Tin Pot joined. Yes. I acknowledge these rules.
With gravel as a kind of a road. I don't know, there aren't many blocks in this version. The next day I cut down some wood, mined some gravel, expanded the road out a bit, and terraformed the lake in front so at least the road doesn't go into the water. Eventually the road just ends though, and that makes no sense, but I don't care. Day 45 is update day, and this update added only one thing. Portals. Well, they were already in the game, but now you can kind of just place them.
Hello, hi. Yo, dude, why do you not have the Majors on?
Fishing dock on the lake, and then I took a look at my progress. It's looking pretty sick. I added some stuff like this couch made out of a very material. This
ah, hell no. Nah, get this. We're gonna torture you by showing everyone your fit. Look it up and down.
Full gold bed is a crazy flex. I also wanted to add a motivational quote to the wall. Something like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, or opportunities don't happen.
You know what, I'm gonna do Malevolent Shrine again. Just give us some seconds.
And unfortunately, Home Depot doesn't exist in this version, so I have to get the stuff to build that. I wanted to make the garage door out of iron blocks, so I decided to spend the next few days caving.
Whoa! But I'm not spending will literally be this castle. This is my inspiration. I need to make this hill a lot bigger. So I spent the rest of the day filling in the Torah, and on day 56, that's also what I did. On day 57, I continued filling in the mountain, but I ran out of dirt, so I mined dirt for the rest of the day. Bro, why don't you have it on?
The top of the mountain, but obviously the sides need to be filled too, so I started filling the sides as well. This is so fun, man.
What's this?
Oh!
backside, so on day 59 it was time to start working on the big side.
I don't know what just
So
happened.
it's probably going to take a while. I pretty much immediately fell off the side.
Don't know
into
what
a
just happened.
creeper,
What's
and then I
this?
went and mined more dirt because I ran out.
Flow.
Running out of dirt in Minecraft twice is crazy. I
Oh.
got griefed by skeletons while filming.
Oh.
On day 60, I was finally finished.
Oh.
It may not seem like it took that long because of editing, but it literally took me 5 days to make that mountain. 5 Minecraft days, just to be clear. Also, today was update day, but it still adds nothing. There were no good updates after the Nether one. On day 61, I'm putting a picture of the castle on the screen again to remind you. The materials to make this castle basically don't exist, so we're going to improvise on the materials I use.
Why can't
If
I
improvise means
kick
come
him?
up with a stupid idea of using clay and bricks, then I guess I improvised. Let me tell you why this was a stupid idea while footage from
Go
4
to.
full Minecraft days plays in the background. Basically, play is very low. That's it. That's why it's wrong. After returning to my base on day 64, I only had 15 spots to play. Yeah, that definitely makes me not to make this castle. Day 65 was the last update of Minecraft No, that's nothing again. Now that I had the materials for the castle, or at least I thought I did, I decided it was finally time to remove the original house. Also, I had to get rid of the grave for the sheep, or whatever his name was. Is this messed up? After removing the house, it was time to start making the gate at the front of the
Yeah,
castle.
goodbye,
I'm
goodbye.
pretty sure
I'm
I
leaving.
finished building up these pillars out of clay, and on the next day I put some cobblestone on the roof of them. Okay, that looks really bad. I tried to fix the pillar, but it somehow looked even worse, so I just put it back to how it was. After that, I started making the wall. The next day I did the same thing, until I realized this castle was so I started building those castle wall type things on the top. Next I decided to make a side building out of snow. I have no idea why I did this. I don't have much snow left. I also started building this tower, except instead of being white, I'm making it out of wood, because wood is easy to get. I ran out of wood. At least wood is easy to get because on day 69 I just mined wood all day. I also didn't make a day 69 joke because I'm not immature and childish. Day 70 I was mining stone, and that's basically what I did for the next few days, mixed with some more wood mining. It's also kind of funny because I thought this would be my last time mining materials. Day 72 I built up some oak
Whoa,
logs on the side of
what's
the tower, and then I
going
built
on?
the tower.
I didn't really
Continued
get this
into
map
day
out.
63, where I also started placing some slabs on the side for detail. But while I was doing that, tragedy struck. I tried to build a little room on the top of the tower, but then I realized I hit the height limit. Yeah, apparently the height limit in Minecraft Alpha is only 128 blocks.
Whoa, what's
So
going on?
for the rest of the day, I mined everything down, and then I did everything I just did and built a room in the middle with another.
Hello, I'm Verity, your personal helper friend. Ask me anything. I know everything.
Building, and at this point, it's been about 20 years, and I already started the main castle. I don't understand how I keep missing every MLG. I took a quick break to cook some food, and by the end of the day, I was finished building the whole building. So on day 75, it was finally time to start building the main building. I built some stairs for the entrance, and then I started building the front door. On day 76, I put a roof on the castle, and then I started working on a little building on the side. This is the last building I'm showing. This building is basically the same as the other ones, so once you're finishing it, you just have to have a tower panel from the middle of the building. I'm using stone this time. I'm never mining another piece of clay again. I spent the rest of the day building the tower, and things were starting to look good. So the next day I placed some walls on the other sides, and then I made the roof of the castle a little bit longer. I don't really remember why. On day 78 I ran out of wood. Honestly, I'm surprised it even lasted this long. And while chopping trees, I got to take a look at the castle from afar. Yeah, that will probably look good when it's finished. This was also the day that I decided to turn the Minecraft music on. I don't think I've ever once listened to the music in Minecraft. I would usually just let my ears blasted after opening my game, and then I would disable it. But something about this Minecraft music just hits different when you were playing the oldest version. On day 79, I built a stone tower on the other side of the main building. By now you've probably seen too many walls. I've done a lot of placing walls. So just know that I was pretty much finished the exterior at the end of the day, so I did a quick castle check again. Pretty much the same as before. On day 80, I finished building the outside tower, and I actually completely finished the exterior. It looks kinda dumb because of the clouds, but this shot is too good not to
It's coming in 3 days.
The next day I started filling the floor with wood, and I started with the second floor, which was easy because I left space for a little balcony thing to look over the first floor. There are going to be 4 floors in total, and I finished both the second and third floor pretty quickly, so I moved on to the third floor, which was kind of funny because there is a giant cave underneath the floor that got created when I terraformed the mountain. On day 82, I was still filming the first floor because it was a full floor, and then unfortunately I ran out of wood again. I remember saying on like day 70 that this would be my last time getting the somehow I'm not really bothered by this. Everything is just so slow in Minecraft Alpha, but for some reason I'm enjoying it. I mean, I've been working on a single build for almost 30 Minecraft days, in real time, and I'm not even done. Yet it's the most fun I've had playing survival in probably like ever. On day 1, I finished filling in the final floor, which was extra annoying because there were clouds flying through my face every 2 seconds. And I still finished flooring the other
Sorry about that, little guy.
I think is what they call it, and it took me forever to make this
That
work
crashed
properly
the
because
server.
some glowstone on
That
top of
crashed
but I
the
ran
entire
glowstone
server.
torches like this on the other ones
The
to light
server
it. On
crashed.
day 89, I put a farm and some flowers in front of the castle, and then for the final part of the build, I started building a mixed cobblestone and mossy cobblestone wall on the side.
So we live the flower man.
I've officially finished the castle. It took me 35 days to build this. I want to say it doesn't even look that bad, considering the limitations of building in Minecraft Alpha. It definitely looks better than the modern house, no offense. I just said no offense to myself. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this thing turned out. It's definitely better than anything I could have built when I was 10 years old.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
I'll probably get rid of this pillar in the top right. It's been
Sorry to keep you waiting.
so at this point I'm just going to leave it. Now obviously I built this castle with a purpose, and that
Yeah,
was
and you're
the
gay.
castle
Shut
I
the fuck
collected
up, you
earlier on
motherfucker.
display. So I placed a bunch of lame blocks on the first floor, and then I put some slightly better ones on the second floor, and then some decent blocks got put on the third floor, and finally I placed the most wicked blocks on the top.
Shut up. I can delete you anytime I want.
Iron blocks, gold blocks, and diamond blocks. And that's it. Like every block in Minecraft Alpha in a museum.
What a predictable creature.
Left. I still need to find the golden apple. Now this castle took forever to build, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think we have enough time to find a golden apple, but we have to try. I ended up traveling thousands of blocks and went through a bunch of spawners trying, but honestly I kind of hoped I didn't find the golden apple. Because for one, this would just be scripted if I find it on day 99, but also finding a golden apple doesn't actually mean anything to me. I mean, after all, this is Minecraft Alpha. There is no objective in the game. No Ender Dragon, no achievements. Other than a slight outline of what you're supposed to do, you really can do anything. And maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. So on day 99, I didn't find a spawner, but I did return to my base. And on day 100, I did the corniest thing you can do at the end of a 100 days video. I watched the sunrise one final time. Well, some bad clothes on by default, but you get what I mean. And at the end of the day, I decided to get my hair okay, let's get to the main thing. And as you can see, there was a castle. It was much better than the one I built today. Look at this genius architecture. I spent the rest of the day looking around and yeah, that says a lot.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Wait, why is it day 103? That's you. You just thought that. Basically,
Sorry to keep you waiting.
unfortunately, the exterminator wasn't added yet, so I had to take care of the problem myself. But soon enough, I was able to start doing I want to put a museum in this basement. I say most because on day 105 I ran out of wood. So I exited my house like the Kool-Aid Man and went to cut down some trees. It's only 5 days in and I'm already mining wood again. But don't worry, I planted all the trees back. At night I went back into the house and placed a lot more wood and broke even more blocks and killed more creepers. Unfortunately, I started this video off with the most boring thing ever, but it had to be done. So enjoy some cool effects to keep you watching. I will also add some Minecraft parkour gameplay, Subway Surfers, satisfying videos, mobile games. But guys, the basement is done. And we still have a little bit. Of course, we still have to replace the wood blocks that I placed, add an actual floor. And
Can I get, depth? What?
Fences on the inside. Fences would be wrong, though. I mean, why would they ever add that to the game?
Hello and welcome to Standing Up School. And you fail.
So now I can finally explain to you why I built a basement. So first, let's take a walk to beat up the
I am a Stegosaurus. Hello, mine turtle.
So I'm building a
Hello, mine turtle.
So this is
Knock, knock.
barely added anything. That's why I started on beta 1.2.
Roll the cheese.
I'm pretty sure I was looking for lapis. If you remember the problem before, I thought I found a cave for the spawner, but it was just some skeletons. I also ran into some squids. Being a lone player. Yeah, by the end of day 109, I still had no lapis. Day 110 is update day, and things look a little bit different. Beta 1.3 added smooth loading. Along with that, we got redstone repeaters, cobblestone, wood, and sandstone slabs. This painting, sulfur renamed to gunpowder, lapis actually dropping more than doing something really fun. I started the day off by climbing a back ladder because this is the last time you can do that. After this, ladders become normal forever. And I was pretty excited that beds got added in the bedroom, but I was even more excited that we can finally get a lapis. You know, I remember finding lapis when I was a kid, and I thought it was diamonds. Now I see that this is the same thing as a lapis, by the way. You can use F3 to get more main types, and there's a certain reason that this can be very useful. Unfortunately, I didn't get cocoa beans or golden apple out of these chests. Those are the two things that I still need to catch. And I also redstone that takes forever to mine, and I only
did it so that I can show you the black redstone. After that, I finally remembered to search for lava. It would have been so much easier if I could just drop this menu the first time. I ended the day off with my first time ever sleeping in this world, and on day 111, I started strip mining. Now obviously I would never cheat and look for mob name tags with F3. Nah, I was just looking to see how much FPS I was getting. I mined some gold, which actually ended up being useful later. Then I magically found more mobs while strip mining. I don't know how this wasn't a spawn. I spent the rest of the day strip mining even more, and then my game. Redstone repeater, and I already made the slabs, I guess. I don't know, they're already in the chest. We have the chest now, because I ran out of spots in the museum. On day 115, I found out why I mined all that wood. I was using it to make a pattern on the floor in my museum, but I didn't realize it looks exactly the same as oak wood, so I could have just used oak. I added some accents to the floor as well, and I basically became an interior designer. This looks a lot better than just plain wood, I think. I didn't have enough wool to finish the other side though, so it was back to bullying sheep. And when it was dark out, I visited the nether for some glowstone. Why does that not work? I managed to get my glowstone, which still only drops one glowstone per block, and I just realized that this looks like a snowball for some So I was digging out a bunch of holes in the ground, and then I filled them with a mix of cobblestone, gravel, and regular stone. And that's basically all that happened today. That's it. By nighttime I was mining gravel though because I ran out, and then on day 119 I was back to work. I did want to finish this thing before the update day though, so I had to go fast. So I added a timer on screen to make sure we're on pace. I finished filling in the whole thing with a lot of time to spare, but I still had to get some wood to put up some light posts on the side. By the time it turned night, we were placing down some light posts, and we actually finished that part pretty fast. But there's still a problem. We're not connected to the house yet. So basically I had to make an entire boardwalk that connected to the old fishing dock I made. Now you're probably wondering if this was paced for world record. Nah, unfortunately we only got the planks down, not the logs on the side. And also this is technically day 120. It's light out, which means it's Secret Friday. They're not called that anymore. Cookies, wolves, and pink and brown sheep were added in this update. You can also now obtain cocoa beans in dungeon chests, and locked chests are added if your world date is set to April 1st. So obviously we're gonna go look for a locked chest, because it's definitely April 1st. See, the problem with finding a locked chest is that we have to go thousands of blocks out into new chunks, again. And I also tamed a dog because they were added in the update. Hey bro, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. In normal Minecraft, taming your dog before you travel 2,000 blocks isn't a problem. But in Minecraft Beta, where your dog is very stupid, it's not as good of an idea. Yeah, there you go. How hard was that? This dog really annoyed me, and on day 121, it wasn't getting any better. Bringing the dog into a cave proved to be an even worse challenge. Why are you fighting it? Where are you going, bro? And after witnessing the most incredibly stupid thing ever, I realized it was time to bring the dog home. My plan to bring the dog home was through the nether. How is that? What? Whoa. Now what is the difference between this portal and the other one? Anyways, I figured the plan to bring the dog